For a lot of people, this is going to be way overkill, but for some of you guys out there who's real serious about it and who's, you know, trapping in some inclement weather, you know, just because it's froze up doesn't mean you got to stay at home. You know, you still get out there and there's tools that you can use to make your life easier. All right, y'all, so welcome back to another one. So this should be a pretty fun video, right? I used to do a lot of these types of videos on equipment, and so we're kind of bringing those back. This is a video I've been wanting to make for a long time, and I finally got everything together and got the time to do it. So obviously by the title, today we're going to be talking about drills and drilling apparatuses for on the trap line. You know, I get a lot of questions on that every year, and I am a huge believer in, you know, using a mechanical advantage or making life easier, especially whenever you're running a bunch of sets or dealing with time restraints or just, you know, there's no reason to work any harder than you should. So I've got everything together here, and we're going to cover a lot of information in this video. I'm going to shoot a bunch of stuff at you guys real quick. So if y'all have specific questions on one particular thing and there's enough interest in it, first off, do me a favor, hit that thumbs up if you like these kind of videos. They're a lot of work to put together, so hit that thumbs up for me and let you know you guys like these videos. But definitely leave a comment below if you have any kind of specific request. We can kind of go into depth a little bit more. I'm going to try to rifle through quite a bit of this stuff pretty quick. Okay, so drills. Why we use drills? So we use drills for a couple different reasons here. Obviously, you guys have seen the way I trap. Whenever I canine trap, I use dirt holes. It's a variation of a dirt hole is however I make my set. Whether it be a hay set, a step down set, trench set, whatever, there is going to be a dirt hole for the most part involved with that. You know, it's just a variation. Every set that I make is a variation of a dirt hole. That's where I want that bait. That's where I want that focal point, right? I don't want that critter to be able to come up, grab something, and run away. Also, I like the visual attractant that a dirt hole presents. And you guys will see with my bit sizes, I generally run about a 3-inch bit on a lot of stuff. And that's because I want that dirt hole to be that main focal point of the set. Obviously too, you know, I want to be able to have a dirt hole enough that if that coyote's working that set, he's going to be able to actually have to really work at it, get his face down in there. The longer you can keep that critter at your set, the better chance you have of him pawing around and stepping on your trap, right? So that's what we're going to go through. You guys will see a pretty common theme as we go through, but we're going to start right from the bottom and work our way up. We're going to start right from the basic. You guys have seen me use this in a ton of videos. I don't think this video would be complete if I don't include this. This is a standard dirt hole punch. You can get this at any trapping supply store. I think this one is about 1.75 inches in diameter. Pound it down in the ground, kind of use it as a plug, pull out your dirt hole. I use this a ton on my coon line. Whenever I set dry line coon sets, this is what I use. I carry this in my pack basket. It's pretty light. You know, I wouldn't be without it, you know. So I think that goes without saying. So then we'll move up a little bit here. Now this is a homemade tool. I've had this thing for years. And this is actually just an Auger Anchor. You know, you get at the hardware store. It's kind of a tie down, you know, if you were to tie down a tent or say a pavilion or a carport. That's all this is. It's just got one flight on it. And then I bent it around and made a swivel up here at the top. Put a little thought into it. You can see it just very closely resembles, ooh, that's loud and squeaky. But it very closely resembles the bit and brace style. Obviously, this takes no batteries, takes no gas, nothing, you know. So pretty lightweight, pretty simple, and you can really do some damage with this. So not everybody's into that because you got to kind of build them. But yeah, pretty cool. I think that deserves mentioning. All right, so hand tools out of the way. Now we'll get into the power tools, right? So I have used power tools on the trap line for years and years and years. It saves time. It saves you know, just wear and tear on you. So we're going to start with your basic drill. Now, you guys will see here, not sponsored or affiliated with Milwaukee. I like the brand. You know, I'm a carpenter by trade, so I deal with power tools every single day. I like the Milwaukee brand. I'm established personally with their battery platform. That's the biggest reason, you know, once you kind of get established with a brand. So you guys will see Milwaukee tools. I'm not saying that the other tools out there aren't good. So I would like to point out real quick, whenever you are looking at power tools for trapline use, I would stay away from your cheaper consumer products. So what we're doing with these power tools is putting them through some pretty strenuous use. We're running some big bits, these drills, you know, if you go with like a standard cordless drill like this, it's not really intended for that. And you know, if you go with your Ryobi or Black & Decker or Craftsman or the cheaper kind of models, you will burn them up, right? You also have to remember, it's not just the drill you're buying. Whenever we're trapping, we're usually dealing with some pretty cold temperatures. Everybody knows batteries hate cold. So you also have to look at that battery platform. So if you guys get into the power tools, I highly recommend keep it, you know, kind of that Milwaukee, DeWalt, Makita, Hilti, you know, kind of that upper end contractor grade, professional kind of grade. I think you'll be money ahead because you will burn up them cheap drills. All right, so first drill, this is just a standard Milwaukee, this is a brushed drill. This is not a brushless one, but this is just your run-of-the-mill half-inch chuck drill. I've had this drill for, I don't know, long time. Run a lot of bits through it. It holds up. Like I said, if you're going to buy new, I would suggest, and you want to stay with this cordless drill platform, I would suggest spending the extra money on a brushless model. Brushless have been around now for a number of years, and they're definitely coming down in price. You do get a little bit more power out of them, and you know, just not having brushes that drag on the motor, wear and tear, I think you'd be money ahead. This drill has served me well. It's still going good. So what we're running out of this drill here, depending on your soil conditions, dictates a lot of your bit selection. So probably the cheapest option here is just a run-of-the-mill bulb auger. You can get it, you know, local hardware store, feed store, whatever. This is just a very basic bulb auger made for planting stuff. Real light flighting, real light bit shank, obviously. I've used this thing for a number of years. So if I'm gonna pack something in a pack basket, I'm gonna pack this thing in right here. It's the lightest weight deal. I like the bulb augers are usually about a 3-inch in diameter. You guys have heard me. I kind of like that 2.5, 3-inch hole as far as the diameter of my bit. But yeah, bulb auger, it works good. You got rocky, you got you know, real heavy clay, any kind of frozen ground, this bit is not gonna work. But soil conditions, if you got real loamy soil, it definitely will work. Also understand too with this cordless drill that you're going to be kind of limited to the size. So probably the best option here is a double flighted bit. And this is 1 3/4 inch. This drill, it's got a 1/2-inch hex shank on it. You're spending a little bit more money. This is a great drill here, or this is a great bit for this drill. This pairs very nicely. You know, you can kind of waller the dirt hole out if you want to have a kind of a bigger focal point. But yeah, nice situation here. If you're wanting more compact, you know, obviously you can cut this thing down 5, 6, 7 inches and still have, you know, a good 8, 10 inches of bit that you can drill with. You know, that you guys have heard me talk. If I'm going to put a dirt hole in the ground, I want that thing in there deep, you know, so that animal just can't run up, grab that bait and be gone. I want him to sit there and work at it. So that's kind of my pairing with the cordless drill. You know, it definitely has its place, and it's probably the most economical of all the power drill options. So anyway, moving on. So here we go to kind of the middle ground. This is definitely a very versatile tool on the TRAPLINE. So this is a hammer drill. This is a SDS hammer drill made for kind of demo work and concrete work kind of things. That's how we use them in the trades. But it's a rotary hammer drill basically. So SDS bits, obviously, you know, it takes your standard SDS this model number, if you guys are interested, this is my personal one that I've been using, and this is the model number 2712-20. It's a Milwaukee 1-inch rotary hammer drill. This is a cool tool for the TRAPLINE. So obviously you've got the hammer drill. This is a heavy duty tool. This thing is designed to take some abuse. It definitely is going to last way longer than your standard cordless drill, but you've got options with this thing, right? So you know, the cool thing with a hammer drill is you've got the hammer effect of it, not only just the spit, you know, spinning like your drill. So this is the bit that I run on this drill here. This is a double flight 3-inch heavy duty bit here. You can see I've adapted it and welded in for the SDS. Very nice package here, and you know, you can really do some damage with that thing. Another cool thing with running the hammer drill is, depending on your soil conditions, you can really go crazy with modifications. So obviously you've got a hammer, you know, like a jackhammer, small jackhammer basically, or a chipping hammer is what these are actually used for. So if you do get creative and run you a cap and your soil conditions allow, you can actually spin this thing around and adapt it to your stake driver and drive your stakes in with it. That's pretty cool. Soil conditions have to allow for that, but man, it beats swinging a hammer all day. Another option with having the hammer drill is the fact that whenever you get real frozen ground, you know, you can also buy, you know, a chipping bit for it, a chisel, and you know, you can adapt that, chip out your trap beds. So very versatile tool. Of all three of the drills I'm showing you, this probably is definitely the most versatile. Once again, so I run 5.0 batteries on these drills, simply just because that's the batteries I have. If you're getting into this brand new and you're looking at the Milwaukee line, I would suggest going with the 6.0 high outputs. They're a lot lighter than the 9.0s, and they're far up and above the 5.0s, which no big deal. I carry 2 of these. I have a charger in my truck, so I can just swap them out. But yeah, I wouldn't run, you know, your 1.5 amp hour batteries. Even on this small drill here, I wouldn't run the small batteries. You're just not gonna get the performance out of them. So something to think about too, if you're getting into this. But yeah, the rotary hammer drill is definitely a cool addition to the TRAPLINE. Like I said, it is very, very versatile. All right, so finally, it's the big boy here. This is probably what a lot of you guys been staring at for a while. This is getting serious. So this here is a steel BT45 gas drill. This is actually designed for, you know, kind of production, planting applications and wood boring. That's what this drill is kind of designed for. It's a wood boring drill. You put a big wood auger bit in this thing and you can just go to town. There's a gas drill. This thing's got a lot of power, a lot of torque. It's got reverse, 2-speed chuck. This is the Cadillac, right? Like, you want to end all kind of drill, this is it. Definitely has its place on the TRAPLINE, and definitely is not something you're going to want to pack in. You know, this drill probably weighs, I don't know, 10 pounds or so, and then you put a big bit on it. That being said, if you're trapping in frozen ground like I do around here, this drill is invaluable. So, you know, just kind of what your situation is. Obviously, you're not going to pack this in, but, you know, whenever you're dealing with a lot of frozen ground, running out of side-by-side or truck pickup, something like that, this thing will get it done. So as far as bits running for this, so that drill there, that's my frozen ground drill. You know, whenever we don't get a lot of snow here, so our ground is not insulated, but we get cold here, so our ground is just frozen solid for a good majority of the season, and that's where that thing shines. You know, you can get away with a bigger drill like this, but you are going to run this thing in the dirt, put a lot of heavy use to it, and you're gonna run through some batteries. So the gas drill is just awesome. As far as what I run bit-wise on this, if it's not thawed on production running, I do have a big earth bit for this. So this is my main bit here for this particular drill, and this is a custom made ice bit basically. This is I'll show you a little closer, but this thing here will chew through frozen ground. These other bits won't. All right, so we're standing on frozen ground. The ground is about as frozen as you can get here. You hear that hammer? I mean, it's like concrete. So this is your standard double flight bit that you would get at like a trapping store. Works great in thawed ground, but because of the action of it, it does not work in frozen ground. So you can see here in this frozen ground, just spins, right? Doesn't do anything. It's because of the way the action is. It's trying to auger itself in, and it's not able to kind of chip that frozen ground. So, does not work. So this is a frozen ground bit here. This is my custom made 3-inch bit here. I've got on this gas is a steel BT45 drill, and I'll show you what a difference is. So we'll choke this sucker and fire this thing up, and you'll see what'll happen is that bit will actually chip away at the frozen ground. We've probably got roughly 6 to 8 inches of frozen ground right now. Eating through frozen ground is a whole different animal, but I'm excited to tell you guys, you know, because this is obviously custom made. I made this thing, and not everybody has that option. However, this year I finally found an option that I'm pleased to share with you. So I've been using this thing. I used this thing on my coyote line this year. I put through, I don't know, 150 sets through it, and it's held up pretty well. So this is a Jiffy Scout is what this bit is. It's actually designed for testing ice, but you know, there was really no options unless you wanted to custom make something or go with carbide, and a carbide bit, you are talking about a lot of dollars, you know, if you're gonna make a bit like that. So this is cool. This thing has I modified it obviously for my my gas drill. I don't know if you could run this thing a season in a cordless drill, but you could definitely probably run it through a hammer drill. But the Jiffy Scout, I'll leave a link below to it. Not a huge investment, but definitely something that'll get through the ice. So here we go. This is a 2.5 inch bit, but as you can see here, you know, because like I said, whenever ground freezes around here, I've still got to make a dirt hole. I still dig a trap bed. I know there's some other ways to get around it, but I just have I believe my catches are better if I can still have that focal point and have that trap bedded solid in an actual trap bed. So I did not get to run my coyote line until it was later in the season, and we were froze solid the entire time. I know a lot of you guys are gonna gawk at the gas drill. No, we were talking about scent control and all that other crap. Every single coyote that I caught on my big coyote line that I ran this year was caught in a set that the dirt hole was put in with this gas drill. It just the way things worked out this year, scheduling and everything else, I just was not able to run my coyote line early, and I had to run it late, and our ground was froze up the entire time. So every single coyote that I caught on the last main line, a lot of what you guys saw in some videos there, was caught with sets put in by that gas drill. So the whole scent control thing, not an issue. All right, so those are my drill options. I will leave all sorts of links below where you can check out bits and drills. I'll leave links to all my exact stuff. Definitely check them out. But yeah, so anyway, that's kind of my my inventory of drills. Like I said, obviously for a lot of people this is going to be way overkill, but for some of you guys out there who's real serious about it and who's, you know, trapping in some inclement weather, you know, just because it's froze up doesn't mean you gotta stay at home. You know, you still get out there and there's tools that you can use to make your life easier and you know, proficient and efficient on the lines. So anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like I said, if you have any questions pertaining to any of the equipment, leave a comment down below and I will try to help you out answering them. If there's enough interest, we'll make a specific video, because like I said, I know I covered a lot in this selection. So before I end off, I'll end it with this. If you had to pick one drill, because I know that I'll get that question, if I had to pick one drill out of all three to buy, I would get the hammer drill. Like I said, there's a 1-inch rotary hammer drill. This is definitely the most versatile of all of them, and you know, I think it would serve the best purpose money wise. So anyway, y'all, sign off of here. As always, y'all, appreciate the view. See you on the next one.